Day 6. Yesterday spent most of the day waiting on these two prints. They're really big. Just to give you an idea, that's one half. This is another half. This is going to be the shell carrier, and yeah, it's just plastic. I'll probably reprint these hollow at some point and fill them with epoxy so that they're really stiff and rigid. But for right now, I just need something to align the ball screw and the rails with. This is going to be the easiest thing. So, got my two halves. I sanded them a little bit on a small granite plate so these ends are both square. And just gonna put a little acetone on them, rub them together, and gonna basically glue them so that they're one solid piece. Okay. They're glued together. Just give it a couple of minutes. The acetone evaporates really quick. I always put it on some foil, rub the part on the foil and acetone. Kind of helps soften the edges, the surface of it. This is PLA, which is kind of acetone resistant, so it doesn't glue super great, but it should stick well enough for the purposes I'm going to use it for. If I was going to make a production part out of this, definitely need to fill it up with epoxy. But that's step one. Now we're going to go out in the shop, bolt it onto the machine, and use it to line up the parts. It's after work now, so I'm free to do what I want. I've got the parts all glued together. Had to print it in 3 sections. Got the back, one side, and the other side. So this is all just an alignment jig. It's got the index motor mount point on it. And we're going to install on this ball screw and fasten it to these rails on both sides, get everything lined up, and then if everything goes well and it looks good, I'm going to wrap this in aluminum foil. Wrap both rails in the ball screw in aluminum foil and tack weld the nuts underneath here because I don't want any weld splatters to get on the rails or the ball screw. Well, I'm done for the day. We got the platform on there. This is the shell platform. Got my centering jig in. Starting out pretty good. Like I said before, doing all this alignment is going to be a real pain, so went ahead and mounted the carriage to the plastic tray, and I ended up having to put about a 40,000 shim underneath this end. It's just a razor blade here. The alignment looks good though. It actually looks like it's running pretty straight, so I'm happy with that. As soon as I get this side done, I get it tacked down. I'm not worrying too much about the up and down, mostly just worried about the left and right. Get it straight in one plane, then get this one parallel with that one in the same plane, and then I'll worry about leveling them. But it doesn't look like I'm going to need to raise it up much because just about 40 thousandths here. Ground this down a little bit. So height-wise, I think we're pretty good. It's all come together, looking good. This fits. The motor fits this. So when I reprint this to make a casting mold, I shouldn't have to make any changes. So I'm happy with everything. I've got it all clamped together, test fit. I can move it up and down. I mean, it's obviously manual, but I can move this up and down and move the platform to the top. Obviously, I'm not as fast as the motor, but I'm trying. Anyway, that'll be the upstroke. That's where the shell will get deprimed and resized, and then bring it down to prime it. That's it. I'm done for the day. See you guys later.